10-20 is a game involving two pairs with one utilizing street's length of garter. One pair faces each other from a distance and has the garter stretched around them in such a way that a pair of a parallel lengths of a garter is between them. Mechanics of the game. First, players are divided into at least two groups. Second, this game is played using simple pieces of garter or rubber bands. Third, one player will do the jumping routine over the garter while reciting 10, 20, 30, and so on. Fourth, the objective of the 10-20 game is for each player to do the jump correctly as the garter is gradually raised by level. Different levels. For the level 1, the garter is being held by the post closer to the ground, our ankle or bukong-bukong in Tagalog. Level 2, the garter must end the knee high, likod tuhod in Tagalog. Level 3, the garter must end the waist high. Level 4, the garter must end the chest or kili-kili or armpit. Level 5, the garter must end the neck high. Level 6, the garter must end the ears high. Level 7, the garter must end the head high.
Ano pa kita ito hawak? Uy, pagtungtungan din niya. Lagmit, isang tubo kayo sa ura. Hindi ba kani? Ay, go! Yana bang iba? Wow! Ikaw ay sa agaw. Last one.
Agawan panyo. Sa larong ito, masusukat ang talas ng pandinig, bilis ng galaw, pag-iisip. Ito ay nilalaro kung saan may dalawang grupo na mag-aagawan ng isang panyo. Sa larong ito ay kinakailangan din ng malawak na palaruan at isang panyo. Pupwesto ang referee sa gitna ng mga manlalaro. Mechanics. Una, bumuo ng dalawang grupo na may bilang ng 2 o higit pa. Pangalawa, dapat pantay ang pila sa dalawang grupo. Pangatlo, kumuha ng isang referee na makakahawak ng panyo at ito rin ang magtatawag ng mga manlalaro. Pang-apat, mag-assign ng number ang bawat miyembro at kailangan nitong pumila ayon sa pagkasunod ng numero. Pang-5, tatawag ang referee ng isang numero. Ang numero na tinawag ng referee ay kailangan pumunta sa gitna upang kunin ang panyo. Pang-anim, kapag nakuha ng isang miyembro ang panyo, kailangan itong bumalik sa linya o base nang hindi natataya ng kalaban. Pang-pito, kapag nataya ng kalaban nang hindi pa nakakabalik sa linya ay ang kalaban ang makakakuha ng puntos. Pang-walo, kapag matagal nang manlalaro at walang kumukuha ng panyo, maaari pang magtawag ng maraming numero ang referee para kumuha ng panyo. Pang-siyam, ang pinakamaraming points ang mananalo sa laro.
Pala! Number 4! Calling number 4! Number 4! Calling number 8! Calling number 1! Calling number 2! Calling number 3! Calling number 1! Alam pa sakit eh! Calling number 3! Calling number 2! Laban mo daw! Ay, sabusan! Ganda ko sa... Dapat lang ba?
Tagu-taguan. This an all-time classic. Tagu-taguan makes use of the place the children are playing in it, order to hide from the person who is it. This is the mechanics of tagu-taguan. Number 1, decide among your group who is the first it. Number 2, the it person gets to decide a base, and from there he/she closes his eyes while counting to 10. By that time, other player must find a place to hide. Number 3, after the countdown, the it person will find another players. If he/she located a player, he/she will shoot the name of the person seen, then that person will be the next it. Number 4, hiding players can save themselves by touching the base while the it person is looking. Once they save themselves, they cannot be called.
Palaw. Malahi. O, kami tayo. Ang malahi, ang mayaman.
Ang malay, ang mayaman.
Okay, palahi.
Bang! Bang!
Sige, ako na. Sige, tago-taguan ha?
Pagsabot lang.
Ha? Ay, nataman. Tago-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Pagbilang kung tatlo, nakatago na kayo. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Langit! Ready na? Langit! Ay, tago sa ako katubangan ha? Tago ka ba? Okay, kata sama ko.
Jubili na yung yaptan. Ah.
Luksong Baka, this game started in Bulacan. Luksong Baka is composed of 3 to 10 participants, where players are tasked to jump over another players without falling over them. This game may sound hard or painful, but it is definitely fun. Also know, a long jumper, high jumper may arise from this game. This is the mechanics of Luksong Baka. Number 1, decide among your group who is the first eat, or the bakang lola or cow. Number 2, the cow must blend down in kneeling position. Other players must jump over the cover without another physical contact aside from touching the back of the cow and without falling over. Number 3, once all players are done, the cow slowly arises to give a higher jump to another players. Number 4, player who falls over or touches the cow in another places will be the next eat. Take note that this game is advisable to be played on a soft land like a grassy area to avoid injuries.
Ayan.
Buwan-buwan, a rough circle is drawn on the ground and one person from the group is tagged. He is not allowed to enter the circle but instead has to touch one of the people inside the circle without having entered it. If he succeeds, he can enter the circle and the person touched becomes the next one tagged.
Pico in the Philippines variation of the game hopscotch, the players stand behind the edge of the box, and each should throw their cue ball. The first to play is determined depending on the players' agreement. Whoever succeeds in throwing the cue ball nearest to the place that they have agreed upon will play first. The next nearest is second, and so on. The person is out for the round if they stand with both feet.
Ang sabi ka namin sa una, di ara person. Kasi ara mo ka. Ano kita sa una? Ano sa ini kibali wala dito human ako na. Ano si babay kaya ko. Bakit sa gol? Ako ka diyan. Sige na basta ka maduwa. Sige na. Kaya na si Baso. Matambak! Pag-start, dalita ka matambak. Uy, tuhaan mo. Kasabot. Alaman eh. Duhaan ko. Sige na kayo. Yan sa inyo. Ayo, duha iyan. Duha iyan.
Mamato ka mo today, isa lang.
Sige na. Awayin ka namin sa una. Mga tigong na ba kita? Lahit na doon, mga modern na doon. Sige. Ay, kuhan sa kanya. Sige, ikaw na lang tiwas. Para kuhan. Tiwas sa rin.
Spike ka no?
Luwat lang, luwat na din. Luwat.
Prisoner's Base. It is a game in which players on each of the two teams seek to tag and imprison players of the other team who have ventured out of their home territory. Mechanics. There are two bases, and each base has equal number of numbers. There will be one person assigned to guard the base, the other will leave the base to run and try to catch another members of the other team or to try to steal the opponent's base. If you touch the base of your opponent first, before members of that team tag you, you steal their base and your team wins.
Oh, linya tayo, linya.
Iba.
Good.
Ronel. Ano si Ivan? Ivan.
Yan. Oh, sumpay nga to.
Luksong Tinik is played by two teams with equal number of players. Each team designates a leader, the nanay, while the rest of the players are called anak. The players chosen to be nanay are usually the ones who can jump the highest. Two players on the base will sit facing each other with their right feet touching. The jumpers jump over the feet. Then one hand is placed above the feet with palm and fingers open. Then another, and so on until all the fingers are piled one on top of the other.
Pasti di Bambang.
Kami una.
Bahay Kubo is a hand-clapping game generally involving 4 people. They are split into pairs, a pair having 2 people facing each other, and all members from the both pairs facing the center, the 2 pairs being perpendicular to each other. Each pair then does a hand-clapping routine while singing the Bahay Kubo. At the middle of the song, each pair exchanges routine with the other.
1, 2, 3, go! Bahay kubo, kahit muntik, ang halaman doon ay sari-sarihan.
Ano ba yan? Magkakusugin.
Bahay kubo, kahit muntik, ang halaman doon ay sari-sarihan. Sige lang, sige lang. Sige lang. Ano magkita ba rin mga tayo? Ay sari-sarihan.
Langit Lupa. Langit Lupa is a twist on a running around game where one is considered taya or untouchable if they are in an elevated place. The taya then chants a rhyme, and at the end of it, everyone must run on a new elevated position while avoiding being tagged by the taya. Rules of the game. First, the taya is determined through sudden deck, jack and poi. Either rock, paper, scissors, matchups. Person who loses the game is the taya. Second, all players run to elevated positions. Third, taya chants, langit, lupa, imperno. Imperno. Saksak, puso, tulo ang dugo. Patay, buhay, umalis ka na sa pwesto mo. Fourth, at the end of the chant, everyone must run to a new positions and the taya must tag someone. The tag player now becomes the taya. Last is repeat.
Ismail. Sige, go. Daw, baka nauna sa kalangit daw.
Marbles, locally known as holen or jolen, is one of the traditional games played by Filipino children before the coming of new technology that occupy their time nowadays. It's fun to play this game because it's less expensive that you can use the marbles again as long as it will not lost. The mechanics of the game has two parts. First, the type in which the players try to knock their opponent's marbles out of a circle with their own marble. You should hold the ball in your hand and throw it to hit the player's ball out of the playing area. It is played a more precise way by tucking the marble with your third finger, the thumb, under the marble, and the fourth finger used as to stable the marble. You aim at group marbles inside the circle and flick the marble from your fingers, and anything you hit out of the circle is yours. Whoever got the most marbles win the game. You can also win the game by eliminating your opponent by aiming and hitting his marble. You have to be a sharpshooter to be a winner. And second, the type in which the players try to hit a target and roll their marble through a hoop or into a hole by rolling, throwing, or knocking the marble.
Shoot ha?
Uy, labas. Labas.
Dulay na
Jason!
Jason!
Alang, show boy. Show boy. Dapat sa show boy iyan.
Patay. Berikan na pala.
Ano ka sumuyan mo? Dapat ipakita ang sumuyanan.
Balik ini.
Kaan?
Patay. Sige.
Pag-sumay kayo, tapos ikunay naan.
Wala may kunan na is
Kanan sa kalong.
bato. Ay, yan siya mga nagiging. Yutay. Larong.
Para sure ba dali.
Ay. Ay.
Hoy, bargin. Hoy, bargin.
Tulot da. Mabingin sa gawin ni Naruwa.
Hindi pa galing ha.
Umingit ko nga sa una ni Papa kahit kasugaan.
Tuloy. Ikat na mo pag maigo. Wow! Wow!
Luksong Lubid. The game is traditionally played with two individuals swinging a rope in a circle, while players take turns jumping while singing or chanting. If a player is out to the rhythm of the steps heard by hitting the rope, the next player will take turn, while the loser will be the one to swing the rope.
Dapat kalau pag manay sa isa sa pasuot. O sa pamanulit. Amo yan. Ay. Yun.
Make our run and go.
Wait. Ay. Touch the ground. Touch your knee. Turn around and go away. Ay.
Touch your shoe! Touch your shoe, Okay na.
Dampa is a Filipino common game in every rural area. Game is played with the use of rubber bands, known as lastiko in the vernacular. Dampa is the act of producing air to come out from a hollow of dome-shaped palms when struck against the ground. The mechanics of the game. First, the rubber bands should be piled on top of the other on the ground. Second, each player takes a turn in moving the rubber bands out from the hip. Next, first, the player should aim to dislodge an odd number of rubber bands from the hip. He loses a turn if he displays an even number of bands. Fourth, the player's next aim is to move an odd number of rubber bands beyond the designated line. When successful, he wins the round and take the rubber bands that went beyond the line as his loot. But if the player moves an even number of rubber bands beyond the line, his opponent take these rubber bands.
Amoy pangitan.
Wow! Dapat yung si Joseph atay. Basta partner, ang makatang.
Wala pa dito, dito. Kaya,
Sipa, also known as Takyan, is a native Filipino game that predates the 15th century during Spanish rule in the country. It is a relatively challenging game as the sport requires speed, agility, stamina, and a high level of ball control. During the colonial era, the Spaniards brought this game with them to the Philippines.
Okay, one! Wala! Amat na kayo noon! Yan na kayo! Di so kayo sa ikaw ang magpamukha yan, magpamukha sa kanmo.
Sige, tamok mo taraw na.
Siapa tayo,
Wait!
Isa pa lang, isa pa. Ah?
The game Silim or Blind Man, 5 to 10 or more players. One player is blindfolded with a handkerchief or piece of cloth. He or she is to be the 8. He or she is made to turn 3 times before he or she is left alone. When all are ready, they call out 8 or any other way to give some hands to the 8 to search for the rest of the players through their voices. When the 8 hears the call, he or she tries to catch any one of the players who are not blindfolded and make noises or sometimes touch and tickle the 8. They may keep silent if they wish in order to make her or him believe that they are far from her or him. When he or she succeeds in catching or tagging any one of the players, he or she exchanges places with her or him. The one caught will be the 8 in the next game.
Si Mama. Ay, suko ka lang kayo makita ko sa video.
Bird box.
Maglang kasagot. Tuhan, ng clap or sipa. Dili lang, wala tapos stop. Oy, dili ka mo ka. Wala ka mo, dili ka mo magkuha.
Kalima para makita sa kuan. Tagasaka.
2, 3, 4,
Oy, grabe, yali pa ba?
5.
Oh! Go! Talikod mo dai, talikod.
Talikod mo. Ano ba yung ano? Oy, dapat mo kayo.
Let's go.
Oo, okay, guess na gulian kung sino ka. Next.
Carlos. Teammates.
Trabaho. Ito, pantali mo.
Sige, nagsisikap tayo dito.
Ay, dapat na. Tara. Uy, ulit ako. Oh, sabi na maligo. Takay pa naman. Gawin pa ko sa naman.